Hey everybody, welcome to episode 8 of Total Dragon, the series where we recap and reread Erik Larsen's Savage Dragon. Today's episode we are going to be looking at issue number 1 of the ongoing. We just finished with the recap of the miniseries, so now we're on to the ongoing series, which is still continuing to this day. Issue number 1 right here is what we're going to start looking at, and issue 225 is set to drop soon, or it has dropped already. So that just goes to show you how long this book has been out and kicking. So one of the first things that we're going to notice about this book here with the new ongoing is we got a real different feel for the paper here. That last series was really the old school style newspaper type feel. This new issue here, we're starting with this, and it's got that slick style that comics have. So that's the very first thing we notice that he's going with, probably to separate the miniseries from the ongoing, to let you know that this is the new format we're going to do here. So we'll go ahead and get right into the story-wise. We've got a new villain here, character by the name of Shrew. And what we're looking at is he has carved up a whole bunch of people. Dragon arrives on the scene carrying 2 machine guns, as he is known to do. So we've got a big battle here. Dragon's opening fire, taking a couple of claw shots here by the Shrew. Kind of getting worked a little bit. Dragon gets gashed across the face, and Shrew ends up able to make an escape. And Dragon is just left feeling pretty bad about the whole situation right now. Next page. We've got Frank trying to console Dragon a little bit, saying, hey, you're trying to do the best that you can here. You got to slow down a little bit. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Meanwhile, he's really realistic about it. And he goes, you're telling me to slow down, but you're the one who hired me for this job. You're the one who kind of brought me on here as the only super cop on the Chicago Police Department. So I kind of have, you're the one who kind of put me into this. So we could definitely see why he's got a little bit of attitude. And also, we'll see the Dragon's noticing right here. Don't know what's gotten into him lately. He's acting strange. I just don't trust Frank anymore. Meanwhile, on the following page, we're got a couple of Frank's thoughts right here. This whole page is basically dedicated to him, kind of letting us know what his thoughts are about the whole situation up till now. Meets Dragon, an amnesiac with superpowers. Gets him a job at his cousin's warehouse. And then right here is where he makes the huge mistake. He arranged for the freaks to threaten Fred, get Dragon, get a taste of busting some heads, maybe get him onto the force. Didn't work out as I planned. Well, obviously, you're in bed with the bad guys. That never turns out good for anyone. And so now, this is where Frank's at right now. Skullface and the Vicious Circle. They know what the deal is right here. And so they're kind of blackmailing him right now. And so he's basically kind of just sending Dragon away from the Vicious Circle, just so he can keep his nose clean. And temporarily, that's not going to be able to last for long. It never does. So we got Dragon. He's heading out. Goes down to the local dive, has a couple of drinks. One of his fellow police officers right here makes a reference to Dragon's girlfriend got shot. And that's also been kind of dragging to Dragon. I didn't even plan that, and that happened. That's kind of just been one of his problems as well. And when you're feeling down in the dumps at the bar, what's the best way to get your spirits lifted? Bar fight. Dragon takes a swig of hooch, blows it into this guy's lighter. All of a sudden, a huge blowtorch. And next thing you know, it's a big old Donnybrook. Somebody goes flying through the plate glass window, like we do. This appears to be the person who owns the bar, Mo. Bar's name was Mo's. This might be Mo, I don't know. And then we have another instance right here of television report catching us up on a little bit of things that have been going on in our story. Someone's reported another sighting of Mighty Man. And also in other news, Peter Clapton has lost most of his trademark hair after a devastating fire. Now that last part right there, we're going to see a little bit more about that here towards the end. So then we cut it to this right here. Apparently we have some type of suicide pact right here. People are left dead. Mom, Dad. Somebody's still in the basement here, wants to know what's going on. So we'll find out more about this later as time goes on. One of Dragon's fellow police officers, Alex, comes to talk to Dragon a little bit. Says, look, you know, you're beating yourself up about this. Why don't you try to have some closure with you and your girlfriend? Dragon kind of gives her a little bit of attitude right there. Wants to know if she wants to hook up. She's like, look, I'm just here to be your friend. That's not what I'm talking about. Go visit her grave and you can kind of set things straight. Dragon kind of thinks about that for a little bit. Let's go to her grave. Oh, look, there's her mom, who blames Dragon for the whole situation. Alex is in the police car after Dragon comes back. Don't you feel better? Next time, why don't you just pound nails into my forehead? So I'll take that as a no. So we've got Dragon right here, still feeling down in the dumps about the whole situation. And also, this little paragraph right here, in the last issue we saw, or second to last issue we saw, there was a grandma type lady who had a picture of her son that had been disappeared. He was like some kind of punk rocker kid with a green mohawk. And she thinks that that is the Dragon. So she keeps calling the police force, wants to know, hey, is that my Rodney? Is that my Rodney? Meanwhile, Dragon's still on the case, still tracking down the shrew. And then look at this. He finds him. I don't have no guns this time, but I got 2 honking huge chainsaws. Practical? Nope, but it sure does look badass. So the shrew launches himself at Dragon. Dragon swinging chainsaws away. Eat your heart out, Ash. 1 chainsaw down. 2 chainsaws down. And all of a sudden they're hand to hand. And just brawling right here. Just throwing hands. Looks like Dragon's finally getting the upper hand this time. And it looks like he might have kind of beat him a little harder than he meant to. That is a lot of blood that has been spilt right here. Man. So Frank comes up to Dragon and says, hey, we got some homeless, superpowered folks. You know, I want you to go check it out. Dragon's kind of starting to get hip to him. He goes, I think you're dreaming up these little cases to keep me out of the real action. Which that's absolutely what he's doing. So now we've got Dragon investigating. Two huge silhouettes right here. Dragon with his John Lennon glasses on and his Fu Manchu. Just a huge page right here. Dragon taking up all that real estate on that one page. And then we introduced Ricochet and Barbaric. Barbaric right here, quick to fight Dragon. Meanwhile, Ricochet is trying to be the voice of reason. Ricochet looks to be kind of like some type of a speedball type character with a bunch of bouncing or whatever. Meanwhile, Barbaric is looking like a straight Muppet, like something you'd see on Jim Henson's show or something. Big red fur, googly eyes. He gets dealt with by Dragon. And finally, Ricochet becomes the voice of reason. It's like, hey, look, guys, just knock it off, okay? We're just homeless folks. We're trying to find a place to stay. Dragon realizing he kind of just got out of control a little bit. Talking to Ricochet and Barbaric about how it feels to be the only super cop on the force. Meanwhile, Ricochet hits him with this proposition. You know, we're looking for a job. We got superpowers. Why don't you put us on the force? Dragon says he's going to think about it and sees what he can do. Got a feeling we'll be seeing these two later. And then here we are at the letters page. Welcome to the first monthly issue of the Savage Dragon. So we've got the letter page. It's called Fin Addicts. We got a couple of quick questions right here. Somebody named Brian Long says, will you ever do your Nova miniseries for Marvel? He says no, but however, he ends up doing a 8 or 9 issue ongoing Nova series. Got a couple of questions right here, fast questions. I like these fast questions. What gave you the idea for Dragon? Originally, he was inspired by Batman, Speed Racing, and original Captain Marvel. I created him 20 years ago. He's evolved from that to become what he is today. So we've got a lot of questions right here. Daryl Gubler says, Holy, you're good. Keep up the kicking storyline artwork. Simple and to the point. I like it. Then Eric Larson says he's having some type of Ultimate Creator Creation Contest. The deadline is July 31st, 1993, and that's it. Those creative character contests, they never work out good. Somebody creates a character, they don't get enough credit, they feel, and then it just turns to a huge stink fest. But, hey, live and learn. So that's the end of the letters page. Got a couple more pages here. Vanguard is coming. I don't even know what this is. I don't even remember this. I don't even know if it was a thing or not. Brigade Zero. And then at the very end, Freak Force coming soon. I told you we'd be seeing these characters again, Barbaric and Ricochet. So Eric Larson's already got his spin-offs planned. And there's Mighty Man right there in the middle, so you know that he's people aren't hallucinating when they say they're seeing him. So that is a wrap for this recap and reread of issue number 1. All in all, really cool issue number 1. Just kind of reestablishing Dragon as the lone super cop in Chicago. And it's really starting to wear him down. And also, we're starting to see Frank. Looks like pigeons are going to come home to roost in regards to the deal he made with the Vicious Circle. So we'll see more of that in issue 2 for our next review that we're going to do. And also, we got some really cool guest appearances in the next issue. That's just a little teaser for the next one. So everyone take care, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.